Harish, how are you?
Hello, sir. I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
So recently you visited Singapore and you participated in one conference, quite prestigious conference organized by I think NUS NTU. And Harish, I would request you to share with the audience today the latest research domains, areas in the field of environmental engineering, environmental science.
Yeah, exactly. It was a really nice conference, and today we will talk about uh, the topics that are currently investigated. So, basically, hot research topics for environmental science and engineering. Uh, Moving on, like this is just to give a little bit of a background, very quick one. So people without access to safe drinking water in the recent years, if you look at the data, it is very surprising. In 2000, around 2.8 billion people in the whole world were not able to access safe drinking water. In 2015, situation got a bit better, which was 780 million people. But then in 2022, 2.2 billion people again. So basically, these numbers show that there is a pressing need for working on water sector, what wastewater and the water resource management. So when I was attending the conference, I came across many people, I talked to them, and then I found out very interesting topics, what's going on in the present scenario. So this is on-site treatment and wastewater reuse. So basically, if you look at the right-hand side image, this is a centralized wastewater treatment plant. It is called off-site because it is located a bit away from the city or somewhere isolated. But these are so overloaded these days because of the high growth of population. So in order to accommodate the excessive water that is coming because of population increase, they're planning to do something called on-site treatment. So this is basically where the wastewater is generated. For example, industrial wastewater. They are supposed to be sent to a wastewater treatment plant as such. But sometimes it is a very good idea to actually treat them separately. So lots of researchers were on industrial wastewater treatment. Example, textile industries effluents, dairy industries effluents. So they discharge a lot of pollutants. And how you can innovatively treat all those pollutants, it's a big deal. Now, resource recovery from different types of wastewater. This is actually one of the topic that I am investigating as my PhD project. So yeah, the earlier days, what happened was like a lot of wastewater was coming to centralized wastewater treatment plant, and then it was being discharged after removal of nutrients. It was not recovery. They just degrade the pollutants and then discharge it. But now the focus was more to retrieve more nutrients from the wastewater. That is what getting popular these days. And I could see a lot of investigations in that particular topic. So what are the potential benefits then? So it is better pollutant removal, better efficiency, and there are economic efficiency. And these are the researchers that are currently working on, you can see. Moving on to the next topic, it is called water resource management. This one was mostly working on quality parameters, and this is mostly quantity parameter, the volume of water that we're getting. As you can see on the right hand side, so a particular urban city has two separate sewage systems, like the water discharge systems. It is called separate and then combined. We don't have to go into all those details. Just basically, it's like there is a particular water management system, wastewater management system, but they are so overloaded and there is leakage and there is very inefficient water management at this particular point of time in lots of countries, including some of the Western and developed countries. I know in Europe, this is like happening in some of the countries. So they are working on how to mitigate such challenges. Sewage system, as I mentioned. So leakage from the toilet waste and all, just it's a very messy in the city. So they're working on that as well. And another point is that they're trying to predict the future rainfall because of the global warming. There is extreme weather events occurring every now and then. So I think I have been living in Ireland for more than 3 years, and today is the highest and the hottest day ever. I think that to the best of my knowledge, I think it's like 28 degrees or so, which is really high. Ireland is a cold country, and 20 degrees is a very high number. So they are working to see how we can best tackle all these challenges, because if the temperature goes high, there is a high chance of very heavy rainfall as well. Very heavy rainfall that leads to flooding. If these countries are not very good at flooding management, because the rainfall was very stagnant over the years, so the planning was like that. But these days scenario is changing, so they are working on that as well. You can see on the right side image that this flooding can just mess around the city. Moving on to the next part, there are more topics. So it is called flood inundation. So what happens is that if there is a huge storm and it just wash out half of the city on the left hand side, but even if there is slight increase in the water level, there is ulterior impact. It is not as aggressive as the flooding one. So basically this is called inundation, and a lot of countries and places are facing all these challenges. So they are working on how to tackle all these problems, how to input nature-based solutions to tackle all these challenges. Basin morphology on water quality. So river basins or catchments, basically watershed. It is a area where the water is collected. So basically it is a low elevation area. So all the water is getting collected here. How to properly manage it. So this is very, very important in order to tackle flood and drought events. So a lot of research is going on that, using basically AI models. There are so many AI models. They're using random forest models, basically using Python and other simulation models and all. So lots of research also going on these parts. So basically, what does this presentation talk about? Anyone who is doing a master's, anyone who is doing a bachelor's, or anyone who is doing a PhD, and they are looking forward to pursue their career further, they need to know what kind of research is going on in the current scenario, so that they can foresee their future. And if you haven't already decided your project topic, these are some of the really vast topics that you can choose in order to be relevant to the water domain. And let me tell you very clearly, in Europe, it is blooming for now, the water sector. So you have a better chance. So if you are making relevant research, there is a good chance that you would be relevant after a few years.
Wonderful. So obviously, so many of the Indian students, so those who are from an environmental background, Harish, they would like to be part of these kind of research programs abroad. So you have given very briefly in this insight on this. So I'm sure this will help many students back home, so they can see what are the areas and they can accordingly decide their projects.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. That brings us to an end of this session. Harish, thanks a lot for your inputs. Thank you.